Hey, today I'm going to show you one of the basic, simple skills that is almost free if you just save your scraps from all your food. Stock. Now, stock is very simple. You really just need bones and some vegetables. Right here, I do save all my kitchen scraps: onion ends, celery ends, carrot peels, garlic ends, parsley stems, mushroom ends, and really any vegetable that I want to extract more flavor from. I also do save all my bones from every meal that I do make. Right here I roasted a chicken and then I just saved the bones and the carcass from it. I also had the pleasure of butchering up a whole cow just before Christmas, and I saved all the bones so that I could have them for stock in the marrow later. I did put them all in one box when I did freeze them, so I am trying to break them apart here, and it is a little trickier than usual. I did break apart 2 of the knuckles, and that's what I'm going to use for my stock. Next important thing is your equipment. I do have 10-liter pot that I got, but it is very thin on the bottom, so I know that I don't want to have on high heat or it will burn my bones and my Mirepoix. And it just burning the vegetables before the stock, it just gives it a bitter taste in it. This is all done really on medium low at the beginning to sweat out all your vegetables. I'm just placing my bones in there gently to just thaw them out a little bit and give them a little bit of color so that the stock has a little bit of color as well. Making stock is important because it is just an extra bonus added from stuff that you were going to throw away anyway, and it just takes a couple of hours and then you'll have a nice liquid flavor. Stocks have been made for many years. This is nothing new. They just set a pot on their wood stove and throw all their scraps from when they are butchering animals, and they boil it out just to extract the minerals and vitamins out of the bones. This is important to health. You can just drink stock if you want, but I do like making it into soups and sauces. The difference between stock and broth is that the broth is cooked with the meat and the stock is just cooked with scraps. The benefits of stock are amazing. You have a great flavored water that you can cook your potatoes, your vegetables, your rice, and adds a little bit of flavor to it, as well as you do have a base now to make any kind of soup or sauce that you need. Stock is a basic skill that you need to know, but really you don't even have to go through all the bones or that. You can just really boil down all your vegetable scraps and have a nice vegetable stock instead. Now once you browned your bones a little bit, you're just going to add your vegetables to it. Everything is frozen, so I just give it a little bit of time on the heat just to get out all the juices and sweat the vegetables so that that brings out the maximum flavor that you want in your stock. It is just a big melting pot of flavor. And then you just add your water, enough water to cover the top of all the vegetables and the bones. Now I do have a reverse osmosis and it is a smaller tank, so it did take me a while to collect all the water to add to my stock. Now you don't add salt to your stock because you are simmering it for a couple hours. So if you do add salt, it can reduce down and become very salty. This is just me mashing down the bones so that everything is covered by the water. And really, this is just all you really need. You're really gonna add 2 more things: bay leaves and black peppercorn, and you're just gonna let this simmer for 3 to 6 hours. Now I'm just turning up the heat so I can get a nice rolling boil on this stock to extract all the flavor out of it. It's not very exciting, but it is a maximum payout because of the flavor that you're extracting from all the bones and all the kitchen scraps that you saved over the week. And time to time, I do push the vegetables back into the water so that everything gets absorbed, minerals, vitamins, and flavors into the water. And here are the two spices that I do add. I do add bay leaf and black whole peppercorn. And that's really only the two spices you need to add to your stock for flavor. And once you add your bay leaf and your black peppercorn, now it's just a matter of time letting it boil down and simmer. And if you need to add a little bit of water, go ahead and just add a little bit more water so that all the vegetables and bones are still covered. And now you just wait and let it simmer. When it's boiling down and simmering away, time to time I will check on the bone marrow in the beef bones that I added, and that's how I really gear how much longer I should simmer down the stock. How I usually cook my stocks and know how much I should reduce it down, it's usually 1/4 of the liquid that I've added, and I feel that gets the maximum flavor that you want out of your vegetables and bones. And once you feel that the liquid has reduced down 1/4 and the vegetables look like they're cooked, then I start straining the liquid out into pots or bowls to start cooling it. This is what it looks like when you have strained it, nice brown, lots of flavor. And then you remove the bones and set them aside for the bone marrow. Then I pour the rest of the vegetables in, and then I actually squeeze the vegetables and all the scraps, the juice out of them. It does leave a little bit of sediment through because of the fine mesh strainer that I am using, but I do feel that that is extra bonus flavor in it, and I do want the liquid out of the vegetables. After I've squeezed the vegetables and made them really into a mush, I just throw them out. And then we are left with all the stock that we have. Now you do have to cool your stock so that you can put it in the fridge or you can freeze it. This is a result after I have strained all the liquid. As you can tell, the first one is the clearest from the top, and this one has a little bit of settlement because I squeezed the vegetables down through it. Those are my two bone marrow that I will scoop out all the marrow and save it. And I do put them in plastic containers and let them cool so I can freeze it and use it at a later time. And that is making stock. It is a great basic skill to know, an excellent way to get minerals, vitamins, and flavor into the dishes that you already make. And thank you and enjoy. And don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Notice Foods. We do post a lot more gluten-free and oil-free recipes. And feel free to message us on there. It is a lot easier for us to contact you. Thank you.